So what kind of impact, if any, could Carrey's decision have on this debate about violence in the entertainment industry? Joining me now live from New York is Christopher John Farley. He's the editor of the Wall Street Journal's entertainment blog, The Speakeasy. Chris, this was a pretty bold move by Carrey. Not as bold as giving the money back, but bold nonetheless. Do you think it will have any impact?
Well, it's 2 tweets, so I don't know how bold it is. He sent out 2 tweets, all told, about this. We'll see whether he continues his campaign, whether he pulls the support in terms of not going on talk shows, not writing editorials, not making any kind of movies that have this kind of violence in it. The whole thing's a little bit surprising because, I mean, the name of the movie is Kick-Ass. This is Kick-Ass 2, in case you didn't get the message from the first Kick-Ass, and it's sort of surprising you didn't realize that's what this movie does. It kicks butt. People's butts will be kicked, and he seems to be surprised by that. So I'm shocked myself that he's shocked.
But in fact, the creator of the Kick-Ass comic series released a statement saying he respects Carrey's opinion, but he's shocked by the announcement, and he notes that Carrey knew full well what the movie was about. He goes on to say, quote, "Like Jim, I'm horrified by real-life violence, but Kick-Ass 2 isn't a documentary. No actors were harmed in the making of this production." It doesn't really seem like Hollywood wants to go after Carrey for breach of contract, but maybe that could change, I suppose, if he actually goes through and does not promote this movie?
Well, you know, we'll see whether he has a change of heart, because at least the first version of this movie was really more a comment on comic book violence than really exploiting the young actors by subjecting them to violence. And that was more like The Hunger Games, which is obviously a film about the kinds of violent images and violent things that kids are forced to go through in society, rather than trying to exploit the kids themselves through the cinematic process. And I think probably based on the trailer so far, the second Kick-Ass movie will follow into that. I mean, the first movie, Chloe Moretz, one of the stars of the film, plays Hit Girl. She was only 11 at the time of the filming. There's a lot of rough language that she used. Her character's involved in a lot of violent scenes. And so if that didn't turn you off from the movie, it's surprising that now that she's older and the characters involved in the film are older, that suddenly the second movie would suddenly be something you have to draw the line on. So this may have been something that was very spontaneous on the part of Carrey. He may have a change of heart. I mean, tweeting by its nature is something you do, you know, after dinner, after drinks, after whatever. It doesn't mean you think a whole lot about. After he considers it, after he hears some people from the film, maybe after he hears from his lawyers, maybe he'll have a different view about whether Kick-Ass 2 really crossed the line.
And in fact, in a bizarre way, it's almost an advertisement for the movie. Hey, this is really violent, and I don't like it anymore. But there might be people out there who find that appealing.